Hi everyone, welcome to, of course,
China.
I'm Ziv,
And Fernando.
and today we're here on a football pitch, as you can see, with ex-football player from Brazil, Mateus Martins. Mateus, in 2009, after he played with Michael Owen, he had the opportunity to start coaching, and from there he was working with a couple of schools, and now he has his own schools in China, 2 schools. Don't go anywhere.
We're going to be back and talk about all this and more with Martin.
Thank you for hosting us on this football pitch. Where are we now? What is this here?
Yeah, thank you very much, Fernando and Ziv. It's a big pleasure to participate in, of course, China. We are here is one of the fields I used to do normally personal football training, 1-1. We also have another base in Liaobu, where is a real grass field, where we normally used to do the group training.
Right. So I was saying that you are an ex-football player, ex-professional football player. So where did you play professionally before? Like probably some places in Brazil and also in China. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. You know, all Brazilian guys have this dream to be a football player.
Right.
And I'm not different. So I am from Novo Hamburgo, is a city in the south of Brazil, the state of Rio Grande do Sul. Also, we have a big community here in Dunguan City, you guys all know. And I have my career there, starting in the five-a-side futsal.
Okay.
And then also participate in some local province clubs in Brazil. And didn't get to the top leagues, but not because I'm not a good player. I think I'm a very good player, and my mom also think. That's very important. And then in China, when I came here, I found a position also in the indoor football, five-a-side, from a Dongguan team.
So it was a. You said it was a Dongguan team put together. It was a new league, a five-a-side league in China.
It was the first Guangdong province five-a-side league.
Right.
And then we represent Dongguan, Songsan Lake, and have other clubs, around 12, each one representing one city, like Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Panyi, and other cities.
Five-a-side is indoor, right?
Yeah,
it's indoor.
It's the same size of this field
the
we
same
are
size.
here, but normally it's not the fake grass. Normally it's the like wood.
Yeah.
Like
Which position do you play?
Forward.
Forward.
Yeah.
Striker.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm a killer.
Did you strike a lot? Did you have many goals in that league?
In that time, I was the top scorer, the best foreigner, and also the champion, who helps to me to have a little good reputation in the province.
So you took the championship?
Yeah.
Your team?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Right foot or left foot?
Left.
Lefty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Maradona. Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second. How do you feel about, the news of him passing recently?
Yeah, we everybody knows his health wasn't very well, and we get this bad news for everybody who loves football.
Yeah.
I think Maradona, we need divide the man and the player.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess everybody respects Maradona as a very good player. And his private life, of course, also have some influence with others, his bad behavior or some attitudes. But we keep the memories of the good player. I heard an interview with the England goalkeeper from that...
the hand of God.
The one that
the hand of God.
The one that received the God.
And he was a little sad. He also sent his condolences to the family, but he said one thing he regret of Maradona, or he respect, was he say sorry
about that
goal.
Oh, Maradona did that?
No, never.
He never said.
So he has his
grudge or
hurt.
something.
Yeah, and one time he told Maradona, before in Argentina have a TV program, right?
Yeah.
And invite many stars.
Yeah.
And one time he also invited this goalkeeper to go to his program, but he didn't go.
He denied.
Because
he declined.
was just to Maradona make some bad jokes, not to say sorry.
That goal today, with all the, what they call it, VAR,
VAR.
VAR. it would not. It would be
Impossible.
Yeah,
denied,
impossible.
right?
It will be
Impossible.
very easy. We will be
To spot.
cancelled. Yeah.
Cancelled, right?
Mhm.
But it's funny. But they say that the next goal after that was the best goal in the history.
Yeah, the one where he
right after
goes
that,
after
the next
like
one.
8 people, like half the team.
But you know,
was
also
incredible.
that England goalkeeper said
Yeah.
that is an influence of the first goal with the hand.
Mm.
That all players was so annoying.
Yeah.
They didn't concentrate very well. And then
Okay.
the next ball occurred that beautiful goal. Of course, was a
Right.
very nice goal.
The other thing is that there's a bit of a strike of genius to think about just, you know, within the realm of what football is. I mean, if you can score, you can score. If the referee doesn't get it, doesn't get it. It's not my
Oh,
fault. Well, again,
But it should be fair. It should be fair
Yeah,
game,
you
right?
see, you
It
see
should be
now
fair
on,
game.
on World Cup and everybody said in every game, fair play, right?
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you get injured, you throw the ball out. If you have some,
Yeah.
I think that didn't really help with his image.
With
Uh,
his image, yes.
with his
Maradona.
image, like as in somebody who didn't have
No.
the scruples to just
and
go and
still,
say,
and still, it doesn't really hurt. It's not like they're in the talk, like when they talk about how great he was, right? It's a mention, the hand of God. It's a mention, but
you
it's
can't
not
you
like,
cannot talk about him without mentioning that.
right.
Yeah.
So what Maradona mean? What he means to people that are footballers, you know, like to young people. What did he mean to you?
you see, Brazilians have a very fight normally
yes.
A rivalry.
against Argentine guys, right?
Yes.
But in this special way, we respect Maradona very well. Because it was a beautiful football, right? We call it romantic football.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We
you
normally don't
appreciate the
see
beauty
anymore.
of it. Yeah,
That way they played before. But many people said that's not example for my son. Yeah,
Because of the other part.
yeah.
Right.
But for me, I respect him as a player, and I love the way he play football and all this. Because sometimes be a bad boy also is a good news, right?
yeah.
It's like
When you're
wow,
problematic.
I can solve everything.
His
Yeah.
attitude.
Is the what's it called, the Irish MMA fighter Conor McGregor?
Yeah. Yeah, he has that.
He's good, but he's terrible outside.
So
Okay, I'm
who's-
gonna ask you a question.
Probably the same question.
I
It's
know
the
where
same-
you're
it's the
going.
same
Yeah,
question.
you go.
So who's bigger, Maradona or Pelé?
This is biased question though.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, maybe you think it's Maradona, but you don't want to say it on camera. I don't know.
No, me.
They have like 20 years difference, right?
Personally,
Yeah, about
Maradona, Pelé is out of any, how to say, the
competition.
Yeah, we put
Out of the
Maradona
league.
first, and then I believe Pelé first, and
Yeah.
then Maradona and others like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Ronaldinho.
So you think Maradona is better than Messi and those guys?
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
What makes him bigger? What makes him like? Is it
The control.
the control he has on the ball, or
I
mean,
love-
Ronaldo is?
I love the technique.
Yeah.
I think if you have a very strong body, and then it's more easy.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Maradona was short
Yeah.
and
Stocky.
very good technique, right? You guys also
Yeah.
also know Romario, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Romario,
also the
yes.
same. Romario is 100% technique.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, don't use body or just no. It's pure football. That's
Right.
Maradona.
Right.
That was
And
just amazing.
What makes a player like that? Like is it something you're born with to be like that, or can you become that? Like I don't know the history. Maradona probably plays with the ball since he was one. I don't know. I mean, so how much is it nature and nurture? How much is it from being
Talent
born with the
versus
talent
working on it.
or working hard?
As a coach, I believe football is very hard to learn.
Hmm.
It's difficult to learn from zero. You can improve what you already have.
Yeah.
So you need to born with
Something.
with some skills.
Right.
I think that it has to do with the playfulness that some children have with the ball. I mean, for example, the way that he used to kick the ball, you know, like the ball's here and he would just kick it and it will
Yeah,
send it spinning.
Like the control
That's
of
just
the ball,
playfulness. That's just. I think that if you start playing with the ball as a kid, you develop the ability to feel where the ball is on your foot, and You know what I mean?
But I mean, some people have better coordination than others.
Sure, but when you
know?
start doing that when you're young,
Yeah.
yeah.
Many people ask me why national Brazil team now is not playing so well. Have a big influence because the players are leaving Brazil so early.
Oh,
They are joining the European coaches, European system, and they are losing that Brazilian way or South American way of playing.
yeah.
And then
Jogo bonito.
now, if you see Brazilian team, all players play in Europe.
Mm.
They are not from Brazil.
Yeah.
The Brazilian clubs.
That's one of the things that I remember Colombia brought back to the World Cup. They were talking about this beauty of the game. It was not just necessarily 100% effective. Boom, boom,
Colombia
boom, goal.
was fun to
It was
watch.
just tan,
Yes,
tan, tan,
very
tan,
fun.
tan, tan. Just keep the ball, keep control, and it was so pleasant to watch.
Yes.
It was,
Tiki-taka.
yeah.
Yes. That's what they call it? What?
El toque
Yeah.
toque.
Guardiola, tiki-taka.
Ah, okay.
Passing.
Yeah.
El toque
Basketball
toque in
has a
Spanish.
similar thing. Yes, I mean, which makes sense. It makes it pretty to watch, right?
Mhm.
But Brazil said Brazilians play in Europe now. It's actually quite amazing. There's so many Brazilian players playing in other leagues around the world, like unknown ones, right? You don't know them. It's not like famous. They're not famous, but like there's so many good Brazilian players. Like maybe a player playing in the third league in Brazil or fourth league or whatever it is, he can easily play in the first league in Israel.
Yeah.
Easily as a foreign player, right? So there must be hundreds of Brazilians playing outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you are one of them in a way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in China,
An
there are how many
export.
in China in the first league?
Yeah, more than 20.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something.
That's 2 teams.
And they're not good enough to be on Brazil national team. I mean, most of them, of course, right?
Now the first league Chinese, they are just
Starting.
bringing stars.
Now they can pay, they can bring stars,
yeah,
right?
because they just have 3 positions of foreigners, so they choose very well, and now they have money.
Right.
But before, years ago, some guys playing here, and the Chinese say, "Wow, my God, very good." I say, "Yeah, but in Brazil
Back
they
home
don't
is
play.
nothing.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know him there."
Yeah.
They say, "Wow." Call one guy before Murici. I don't know. Muriqui was the best player of Evergrande.
Okay.
And in Brazil, just playing small clubs or was reserve. Was,
Sitting on the bench.
yeah.
Right.
In other
In
clubs,
Brazil.
but here was a very
Big stuff.
nice player.
But now it's lucrative to come here because of money. So the stars can come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Not only from Brazil, from all
Yeah, from other
countries, they are
places.
choosing the best players.
Yeah,
The
there's a
Israeli
few
guy before
Colombians.
and-
There's a few Colombians
Yeah,
in
sure.
Guangzhou, like 2 or 3. I wanted to ask you a question. When did this change happen in China? Because when I got here, football was an unknown. The year 2000. When did this football league get started? Do you happen to know that?
Was about 2015 was a big change here in China because the new president
Oh, Xi Jinping.
he went to, I guess,
He said
Spain
something. Yeah.
and took a picture in the field with a club and started this movement because he loves football.
Hmm.
And the big movement, it's not in the professional clubs, it's also in the schools, even in the kindergartens. They are right now. Each Chinese kid have a football, and this will be a big change more few years later.
Yeah. That's one thing that I remember observing when I first came to China, because I'm a teacher and I used to go to schools, is there was a football pitch, but it was never used. Everybody was playing badminton, everybody was playing basketball, whatever. The football pitch, just for parades or dances or whatever, never used. But as you said, nowadays, they're being implemented, they're being used.
So I guess it's a national a push. Kind of like what we heard about the
Yeah, with baseball.
baseball in a way.
When we talked to Jim,
Yeah.
that he actually wants people to, he wants to give, what Jim says is that he wants to give focus to team sports
Right.
beyond
Jinping,
just
yeah.
basketball.
But I mean, you said before that 2009 you started the coaching first time, right, in here, and you were working with Arsenal, Arsenal football school
From England, yeah.
from England here in Dongguan, and you say that was the first football school, football training center in Dongguan,
Yeah.
2009, just
Yeah.
11 years ago, and now there are hundreds hundreds, right?
There's been an explosion.
It's amazing. I mean, this is like showing the development in China. In when they decide to do something,
They go at it.
it's just, so is it it's developed into being good businesses?
Became to be a good business. You see, before we don't have even kids' shoes or kids' equipment to buy inside China. They produce but send to other countries.
Oh, they had to be imported.
But no, they before Chinese companies produce, but don't have to buy here.
Yeah.
Also, I bring from Brazil my equipment for kids, and became a very huge economic thing because you see how many kids have in the schools, and now everybody have a ball, a shoes,
Right.
And became interesting.
Right.
Also, ex-Chinese national team players, they wasn't doing football trainings because wasn't a good business.
Right.
But after the president start this process, and then everybody became in love football again.
Right.
But that's the question many times I do. What you was doing
Before.
10 years ago? Yeah, because now you know everything about football. Now you love football. You love kids.
But it's interesting because, like, I think that it's normal what you're describing, right? You need a business like the USA, professional sports. It's so much money, right? It's a lot of money, billions, and it's normal. But actually, that shows maybe the contrast, like South America, where what I heard, right? Kids play from the street, like everybody just born into that loving football. That is in a different place, right? I mean, why is that? Did you have that experience as a kid, like playing on the street, like everybody's playing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
And
Yes.
it's football. That's the main thing.
Everything we can kick. Don't have ball, we join our socks, became a ball.
How
and
did
play.
it get to this point in South America? I mean, Brazil mainly, Argentina, I guess. How did it get to this point? Is it over? I don't know. I wonder.
Is our history. It's inside our way of living, I think.
Yeah, like
right?
if
It's all
I
South
ask
America.
you or if you ask me, I have no idea. It's what we did.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get back from school and like, hey, I'll meet you at the park at the pitch. We used to play football in a park with trees. We called it, like, remember
Right, I
Atari?
did that too, yeah.
Atari, that video game? That was the
Yes.
difficulty level
Yes.
A. Like you go, boom,
Maybe
my God.
maybe it's because football is so easy to just play, and like you say, you can kick anything,
Yeah.
and you can use trees as a goal, and you don't need anything. Even without it, you can still do it, and it's easier for people and poor people and anyone. It's like it's a level playing field. Right? So so that is interesting. But going back to 2009, you told us before that. How did you get to coaching, right? So you came to China and you were playing for the 5-on-5 league, right? And then tell us a little bit about that game you played against ex-Premier League players. Michael Owen, Paul Scholes, you said it was Desailly from France, right?
Yeah.
So you had like a friendly match?
Yeah. Inside this development, also China creates, China can do everything. They bring all stars here. If you're going to say, tomorrow Ronaldinho is here, it's not a big surprise.
Yeah.
For us, will be, wow, very nice. But they can bring Michael Jordan, anybody.
Right, Maradona was here in that
Yeah,
one,
Maradona
right?
also was here.
Other people,
Owen also was here.
Yeah.
Okay, they can bring all stars they want, but Chinese people like it. It's a way to get interest.
Yeah.
So that time they bring all ex-Premier League football players to do an exhibition game in Guangzhou, and they select the best five-a-side football players from that Guangdong League.
Okay.
And
So it was a star team,
yeah,
and you were on the team.
I was in the China side, and from the guys from England was very interesting because 11 Chinese and one Brazilian.
So you
in
were the
middle.
only foreigner.
Yeah, in the middle here, and they came to talk to me, and then Owen was number 10 from the England guys, and
you were
I
10
was the
and the
number 10
Chinese.
of the Chinese, and then they was very surprised about my way I communicate with the Chinese and have this leadership with them, and also was a way to me get closer to them. And the near future we start to work together also in Dongguan, They opened. Michael Owen became an ambassador.
So for that Arsenal training.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also joined the soccer world with Michael Owen. Was just ambassador. He came 2-3 times per year and do a global trip. To
So then they ask you to come and help them in the beginning to start this football training center, which Michael Owen was ambassador of, and you, that was your first time in coaching football, right? And how is it different? I mean, like, did you ever think before that you would be a coach one day? Or did you have that in kind of...
How do you change from being a player to being a coach?
One time when we was in this Dongguan team, we visit one school.
Yeah.
And then I did a simple movement with the ball, and they took a picture. And later, I received that picture. And I see the eyes of the kids and the interesting from that kids. And that was when start.
Yeah.
I think I can do something different. Not just for me, but I always have this inside my heart to give something back to China. I think we, as a foreigner, we came here, we all have his own history, own way, but we are very welcome here. You guys also can tell.
Yeah.
And I have inside me, I need to give something back. And then when I see that kids, that interest,
in football.
I think, no, I need to do something. We have a big door here, we have a big opportunity here to start to be me, but to my voice be here, be listening, right?
Yeah.
I need to do first my way, score, win, dribbling, to be something. To later they can respect me.
To accomplish.
But when I get that respect and I see that picture, I think, no, that's time I can start to teach, I can start to share. Of course, they will not become very good players, but they can understand the game, they can be more confident, and they can improve something in behavior, in teamwork, and that was the click.
Most coaches were players or no?
In China, yes.
In China, most of the coaches were players before?
Yeah.
So
also foreigners.
The foreigners, yes. But Chinese?
They participate in the Chinese Association coaching training. But of course, if you want to be a coach, you need to have some, at least interest in the game or have a little experience.
Are there girl leagues? Are women, girls interested in football?
Yes. You know, China national team girls is much better than the men's. and just now in the National Day,
interesting,
in October, I was invited to go to, let's remember the city, but I need to travel to another province because there will have a tournament of girls, 12 to 14 years old. And 300 girls. They will be there 2 weeks, and they need 3 coaches, foreigners, to judge the girls. For 300 kids to select 30.
Oh my God!
And then I traveled there. I think it's Yunnan province. I will not remember the city. It's a very traditional city. Before it was the capital of China many years ago. But now I will not.
Yunnan.
No idea.
In Yunnan?
Yeah.
Not Kunming, no?
I will not remember. But anyway, I was there. The kids, the girls play very well. And it was very hard for us to choose. First
30.
have after 1 week, we select 120. The other go back. And then after another week, in the final end, and then...
And these 30 girls move on to be what?
Yeah, they will be like a province team.
Oh, okay.
And they will keep training with these girls. And
how young are the kids that come to your training center, to your training school?
I start with very young kids. Normally, also we have a project inside the kindergartens, Chinese kindergartens. During the week, we go to the kindergartens. In the weekend, the kids come for us.
Like how young? Like young?
In the kindergartens, we
3,
teach
4?
For 2 years old in the kindergartens. In my school, we start with 4.
Okay. And what are the different aspects of skill development that you teach? I mean, what do the kids start with? Teamwork, cooperation, eye-foot coordination, or
First thing we try is it's to make them like the game, love the game. You as a teacher, you know, Chinese kids, they first like you, and then later get the interest or from the things you teach, or football or sports or anything. So I use this happy football, and also my simple skills. I also do freestyle football, and that make kids think, wow, that's nice.
yeah, I want to
Because
do
you
that.
know, right now the kids have iPhone, iPad, blah, blah, computer games. It's very hard to take them outside
And do stuff,
to
physical
the sun
stuff.
to run. Yeah, so need to be something interesting.
Yeah.
So the first step is make them happy. We use many easy games, and then my system is like this. It's not I teach them. They ask me, and then I give them. If I do something too high, they cannot do. They feel ashamed. They not come back.
Yeah.
So I wait. The kids ask me. They are hungry.
Yeah.
I give them. So I have already here, long time. I developed this
System.
this system and this experience. In the same group, we can teach different level of kids.
Yeah.
The same line, in the same exercise, but the coach need to have the feeling.
To adjust.
This ball, I pass fast. This guy, I go slow. This guy, I do a good goalkeeper. I save it. This guy, I let the ball go in
Right.
to make them all motivate.
Right. So this is in your training center, right? You also do one-on-one. So I guess that's higher level, usually, right? Not
Have high
necessarily,
level and-
but also have someone not so good. You want to get better.
Yeah.
So one-on-one. Do you see? You said something interesting. You said that I kind of like that. You say you need to make them love it first, and then they would want to keep coming to class, right? Right. Which is like not just right away. Like be tough with them right away. It's not. Then they just won't come, right? It's adjustment to this period. Yeah, the attention span. They're trying to like something else other than their iPad and games. But in China, parents put a lot of pressures on the kids, right? To be good, whatever they do, to be good, right? Do you see the same thing?
I want to go into that question and that answer in a second because, as you know, we
Okay.
need to take a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a minute.
And we're back with Mateus Martin. So I was just asking a question, which you say is interesting, right? In China, Chinese parents, they tend to put a lot of pressures on their kids in anything they do, really, right? Sports, instruments, school. Do you see that in your classes? What do you see?
Yeah, you see the kids right now, they are busy than us. They have a very tight schedule.
Yes.
Homework, doing this class, that class, that class.
Yeah.
And the parents are really competitive. So one common question I receive every time is, why my son is not playing well and the other guys are playing very well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I normally answer this question saying, it's much more important your son be better than himself first
Yeah.
to later compare to others. And then we try to make the kids understand to be in a group first, to be in the team first, I need to do my part. I need to learn my part.
Mm-hmm.
And they normally they love to play match, right? Let's play match,
Right.
match. My system's different. We do a lot training and not too much match.
Right.
I like to them have a good relation with the ball.
Right.
First, myself, I need to run with the ball, change direction, control the ball, kick the ball. The kids normally wanna jump some stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how to walk, how you will run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to put everything in the
So
right place.
so it's also like education for the parents, which is good in a way. But do you ever have the need to like reject? Sometimes the parents are the kids are okay, right? But the parents are
The problem.
yeah, you know that too, right? Do you ever have parents that just don't get it?
I try to talk to parents, and sometimes the parents say bad things to the kids, like, oh, he's too slow, or he
Yeah.
cannot do this, and then I said, no, the best coach in the world is the dad and the mom.
Yeah.
One bad word said by the parents can destroy a 1 year work of a coach. And I say
Right.
then, motivate your kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know they will not, they will be very good at the sports or very good at other activities, but motivate them. Improvement is always an improvement.
For me, I remember when we were kids playing football, it was never really, because you guys started talking about the dream of being a football player. None of my friends had dreams of becoming football players.
But
One
you
or
were
two
playing.
became, but we just loved the game, just loved playing. And I
Right.
think that that's something that is a little bit lost sometimes in these free time activities that kids do. Parents want them to be the best. and
Parents
to-
push them to do it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
But
because they want to.
On that side, I have a question. Have any of your students progressed to a level where they could be professional players? Has anyone joined like a team or something like that?
Yes. I have one kid who started to train with me when he was 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Wang Jinpang. He's from Chang'an, and he found that Arsenal school by internet.
He himself.
His father
Okay.
find, search, because don't have other option, and
Right.
he came all over from Chang'an
Yeah.
to Dongguan, and after I left Arsenal, I started my own school, and the kid's still with me. Right now he has 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's still coming to me as a personal training.
Yeah.
He went to Evergrande Football Club.
Oh.
Evergrande
With
also
Guangzhou.
sent him to Real Madrid. He
Oh.
was there one time. And right now he's playing in one club in Germany.
Wow.
But
Oh.
because the virus, he's in China.
Okay.
But he also get to the Chinese national team.
That must be so rewarding for you. I mean,
It's very nice. He also on left foot,
uh-huh.
and it's my
So this kind of kid, did you see that spark when he was 6, 7, 8 years old? Did you already recognize that he can become a player?
he has
He
talent.
is something.
He has talent.
Yeah.
His father don't play football. Nobody play football.
Mm-hmm.
He has something inside. And one time I can show to you guys his improvement. We have the videos.
You
and
have
the-
the videos. Maybe
and
we
the-
can put it right
Yeah,
here,
sure.
so
The-
you can show it in
and
the
and-
podcast.
and the pictures. And right now he's much better than me.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kicked
Better than
very
you
well.
now, or better than you ever was before?
Better than me now.
Well, yeah.
I want to ask you also, well, football is so many things. It's not just your ability to control the ball, your physical condition. It's also a division of a game, of a team. How do you train kids to play cohesively as a team? For example, I see him running over there. Boom! I send it over there to him. Like the vision of a football player plays a very important role. It's not a one-person game. It's not a one-person sport. How do you train them to develop this selfishness or this team spirit?
We have two very important things: is reaction,
Sorry, I said selflessness.
Yeah, selflessness. Yeah.
reaction, and make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
When Messi has the ball, he clearly can see 4 or 5 options,
Mm-hmm.
and he decide the best option he think is not the easy option.
Yeah.
If you are a player not very well as Messi or a normal player, when you get the ball, maybe you're gonna see 2 options, and you're gonna go maybe from the easy one. And a normal player only see 1 option
Mm-hmm.
and do the easy one. So this we need develop how to understand the game. But to get in this level, the kid need to know all the other parts, right? I already have a body control, ball control. Already, it's not the ball play me. I play the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the kids, the ball play them.
To get to this level, you need to play every day, watch football all the time, like really be into this for years, right? To get to that level. It's like, like you said, Messi, or in basketball, LeBron James, or, they live the sport all the time. Yeah. So this kid that you talked about, I don't remember his name. Yes. Was he slowly get into that, like playing every day? Because also kids in China don't have time.
Because when he create this very good interest, and then the parents put him in the Evergrande football school. I don't know if you ever been there.
No.
It's like a football Disneyland.
So Evergrande, if you don't know, it's a famous Guangzhou club, right?
Yeah.
Like Real Madrid for China. Or whatever.
Many of my players, when they just start to come and then play once a week, but if they like very much, the next step is go to this football school. They live there, they have normal classes, and they have football every day.
Ah, okay.
And then there, they select, like if you have 500 kids from under 12, they will select 22 good ones, and they are the official team. And have more than 50 football fields, 11 football fields in that area. It's fantastic there.
Wow.
Let's talk about the state of football level in China right now. Like, are there any Chinese players playing in other countries? Adults, like
we have
professional?
one. We have one in Spain. His name is Ulay.
I like how you say we have one in Spain. Yeah, okay.
Sorry,
China,
I am always the
yeah.
side of China.
So there is one in Spain.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was playing for Shanghai team,
Okay.
and also played for national team, and now he is in Spain. But I guess it's a little bit commercial agreement.
Because they
Like Yao Ming.
yeah.
It's not really because
He's
he
dead.
Talent or
is
skill.
fantastic talent, but he's a good player.
But the future, what do you think? They're going to be better and better and better? How are they different? Is there any dispositions? Is there anything in their body skills, athleticism, that makes it harder for them to become as good players as Brazilians? Or
When we talk to Chinese, they always say, wow, you guys' body is so strong, that's why you guys play well, you guys have more energy, you guys eat meat, we just eat salad. But we see the Chinese athletes is very strong, right?
Yeah.
I think this is not the big point. I believe because this new generation, these kids are starting to play young.
Right.
Before don't have.
Right.
But still have a big problem. The kids start with 8, they go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and then the school gets so
High school.
busy.
Yes.
They need to make a decision in life.
And they come back as 20. It's too late.
Right.
The window's passed.
So the education ways, the system is a big obstacle.
My students too. I have a limit, 13, 14,
And then you
they
lose them.
disappear.
Only those that are really, really into it maybe go to some football school like that player,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that's a big issue.
The right moment to them improve is 14, 15, 16 is
That's the best.
now I will be professional.
Yeah, that's when they make a decision.
They give up.
Mm.
The parents also, they give, how to say, studying is more important.
Sure.
And in Brazil it's different, right?
Mhm.
Between study and football, if you have a small chance, the family say,
Go football.
forget the books. Yeah?
Wow.
Look, I was not very close friends, but we were friends, like a group of friends with Farid Modragon. And when his family
Who is he?
decided, Farid Modragon, he was a goalkeeper from the Colombian team and also played in Europe.
Okay.
Very, very good goalkeeper. And when his family decided, oh, he's going to be a professional goalkeeper, everyone was like, so he's dropping out of school? Like the whole circle of friends were like, well, he was good. We knew he was good, but that was a big decision for a lot of parents,
Right.
for a lot of people, I think.
But even if he didn't drop out of school, I think I'm guessing for Colombia, but like in Israel or it's not like high school is not like in China, right?
No.
You could still do high school and play every day for 2-3 hours easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
easily.
he basically made this decision at university level. Like, I'm not going to go to university.
Okay.
I'm just going to go.
But I mean, in China, the middle school, high school, university actually is easy, they say, right? But middle school, high school, you have no chance
Yeah,
to play
no
football
time.
every day. You finish at 5, 6, 7. You have homework, and you live in the school, and so this is a big issue, I guess. And how well China is doing now? Like, they're not in the Olympics, right, for football? Do you know? Or you don't remember?
I don't know. I know
They're not in the World Cup, for sure. They're not in the Mondial.
They need to host it.
they still playing the next World Cup.
are playing?
How to say qualification?
Qualifications,
qualifying.
sure.
Yeah, but they don't have too much chance.
Right.
I have a question about another aspect of football, refereeing. As football training as a sport develops, what about the level of refereeing? Are there refereeing schools? What do you know about that?
They have qualification from the Football Association.
FIFA?
Yeah, start from the local, right? You know, Dongguan have a Dongguan Football Association.
No idea.
It's connected to Guangdong
Okay.
Football Association, then connected to China Football Association.
Uh-huh.
So Dongguan also have this kind of training. One time I was in Wuzhou with another club, and there have 2 weeks referee China
Training camp.
Association camp, and very interesting because have it, you know, I don't know how to say English, but the flag guy, the flag referee,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
assistant, have
Maybe talk to
20
the mic. Yeah.
in each side, have 20, and then everybody stand the flag and go back.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Are there any, I mean, if you know, are there any referees actually abroad? Like, are there any referees, Chinese referees working in Italy, El Calcio, or
Or like
Premier League?
Champions
or-
League or something.
I never heard about, but in China League, in important matches, they
They
bring
bring
foreigners.
Okay, that's a
referees
telling
to more
sign.
to be fair.
Ah, okay. Okay.
How much is a professional Chinese football player?
Earning.
Yes. How much do they earn? You know, okay, starting
range.
lineup in the first league,
They
Chinese player.
they have low salary,
Mm-hmm.
different the foreigners, but the same bonus.
Okay.
They have a big bonus for win the match or be a champion. Each match they have.
So it's like if you're playing in the first league professionally in China as a Chinese player, so you're doing well.
Yeah, doing
Yes,
very well.
You're doing very well for China. Maybe you're not getting the same as
It's not the same
Spanish
millions.
league. It's not
you
the
know,
same.
foreigners here receiving a lot.
Oh, a lot of millions. Yeah, foreigners. Right?
And also the football coach. No.
Yeah. And talking about that, I mean, you spoke about like famous players that play in China, like and there was the coach, your famous coach, Scolari,
Yeah,
right? He was the coach of
Evergrande too.
Evergrande, and you met him.
I met him the first day. He just
He
arrived
arrived.
from airport and from the press conference.
How do you get this kind of opportunity?
Before that league, in the beginning, we thought was broadcasting by the Guangdong TV Sports,
Okay.
because that was all from government, and also they all have commercial intention. As Dongguan, they have a special area
Yeah.
where they want to bring companies to
To develop certain industries.
yeah, and then that moment they find the Huawei company to come to Sun
Dongguan.
Lake
Mhm.
because that project. So I have a good relation with the Guangdong Sports TV. I participate in some programs, sports or World Cup, or when have some special occasions, they invite me to participate. And because I have many these Brazilian guys in the Evergrande Club, sometimes they invite me to help to translate, to participate in some interviews or go to watch the match.
Right.
So when Scolari arrived, they also invite me to be there in the press conference. Wasn't a very good time because that time Scolari in Brazil wasn't very well. We lost that 7-1 World Cup,
Oh. Yeah.
and then he has another short time in Grêmio coaching, but not
Didn't
leading
do
very
too
well,
well.
and then came to China as escape
Mm-hmm.
because there he was having so much pressure.
Yeah.
And then maybe he think, wow, I'm going to China, I have a little holiday from Brazilians.
Yeah.
And then when he just arrived from airport, the first guy he met,
Obrigado.
it's me. So he guessed I am from Brazil News.
Ah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
That's what he thought.
He think I'm from the Brazil newspaper or Brazil Global TV.
Give him
and
a,
he
give,
was
give
a
him a hard
little
time.
in defense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Say, my God, I just come to China to be
To
away of
escape
these
the
guys.
Brazilians.
And then the first guy I met is a Brazilian. And they say, no,
funny.
Scolari, I work, I came here just to talk
Right.
about
Right.
you coming. And that time, the press was forbidden to talk about 7-1.
Ah.
Have some rules.
Because-
they just show videos from 2002 when he was World Cup champion, and nobody can ask anything about World Cup 7-1.
They
Even
just paid him a lot of money. You don't
cannot
want
say German. Cannot say good morning. Cannot say. And
Wow.
then was this. And then first was in the hotel, the American hotel. And then after the press conference, they go to the first training
Hmm.
inside the club. And then I have the green card because I was with the local TV. So I participate in the press conference. And then we get the car and go to the field. And then when he come to step inside the field, there is me again.
Yeah.
You see, there
He's
is-
following me.
but how this guy have this kind of power, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That
But
was,
and then very good. He gave me one T-shirt and sign up, and later we don't have too much contact.
right. But you met him also in Dongguan. He came to Dongguan, right?
He came to Dongguan, participate in this Brazilian
community, yes.
festivities,
Yeah.
but I didn't participate that time.
All right. I want a couple more things. First, I want to say you had the opportunity. Okay, you're in football and everything, but you speak Chinese very well. So, how did you get to be so good with Chinese? And you told us before you never had a class.
I speak Chinese enough to survive, right?
Hmm.
I mean, to translate too.
Every foreigner here have his own way to adapt to China and to find his opportunities. I think China give to us a very good opportunities. And for me, I decide to learn Chinese. I think I like to talk. I talk too much, and people come to talk to me, as you guys see, and I talk too much. And
Good for a podcast.
When I come, I don't speak English too. And
So when you came-
you came here, you didn't speak English.
yeah.
No English, no Chinese, just Portuguese, and you say quite badly.
Yeah.
You're joking, but yeah, and that's in 2007, right?
Yes.
2007 when you arrived in China, just Portuguese.
How long did it take you to learn Chinese? And which one was harder to learn, English or Chinese?
First, when I arrived, I spent a little time in my brother office, and then I listened. They speak English, and one thing very interesting was he was talking to his assistant, and every day I heard that word. Maybe. Every sentence have maybe. But maybe for us in Brazil is a name.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's a
maybe.
person.
You're
And
like,
then-
"Who's-
and then-
She
who's
must be
maybe?"
very important.
And then after 2-3 weeks, I asked my brother, but when maybe is coming? Because you guys talk about
Everybody talks about
Yeah.
her. It's
It's
a-
no,
She must
girl's
be
name?
VIP.
it's not a person. That's maybe. It's like, yeah. And then my best friend that time was the dictionary, right?
Yeah.
I learned some few words and go to try.
Right.
I go to hotels. I think a hotel people speak English. I go there. I go there in the desk and say, someone here speak English? I just want to try if I'm doing well.
Because I don't.
Because if I talk to my friends, I will show my weakness. Right?
Yeah.
If I ask too much to others, no.
Yeah.
I want to learn by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So which one was more difficult, English or Chinese?
English.
English was more difficult than
English
Chinese.
because I have the pressure
Uh-huh.
to speak right.
Okay.
Ah, right. Because
Okay.
your white face, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same today here. For sure, I make many mistakes, but after I don't worry. I think
Yeah.
if we can communicate,
That's
it's okay.
that's
But
the main
Chinese
purpose.
and then give me this freedom.
Hmm.
Communicate is enough, and if I do mistakes, nobody will. Yeah.
It's very interesting, huh? English was more difficult than Chinese. It's like a case study, right? Someone that comes to China without speaking English too. And then it's like you need to learn both.
I guess in that particular case, you had a situation in which you were immersed in China with nothing else. No other way.
No other way to
rather
talk
than
to anyone.
just-
Even if the Chinese person speaks English, it's like, I also
Yeah.
don't speak English, right? So
So
it's
that-
very interesting, yeah.
But to learn Chinese, and later when I was with my brother Ofsi, and I found a job in a Chinese company.
Right,
I spent 6 months in a computer company,
okay.
also doing translation. But
To what?
doing translation, English to Chinese, but I didn't speak very well Chinese, and I also don't speak very well English.
Yeah, that's funny.
But I speak more English than my boss Chinese, and more Chinese than the customer who speak English.
A good
And then-
medium.
And then I traveled to many places in the world with this company participating in the fairs.
Yeah.
We went to Germany, to Italy, to Taiwan, and I always with confidence,
Yeah.
right? Because I am between them. They cannot talk. The
And
little
the o-
one I can will help.
Yeah.
So wow, so that was early, right? So you learned Chinese early.
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, like you get it early.
I spent 6 months, and I decided to live inside the company. I was the only foreigner,
Ah,
and I was every day there in a room with more 3 Chinese guys,
right.
and that was my university.
And I think that so actually, I kind of a conclusion from this is maybe that, maybe if you spoke good English when you came already,
You would have enough ramp. You would have
you
a
may not be so good with Chinese because you would have already something else, another tool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's interesting. But also, you immerse yourself. You said your life is like the parents of the kids here at your school, right? And they're Chinese, right? But we need to take a short break.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a very short break and come back
then
talking a
continue.
little bit more with Martin. Alright guys, and we're back, and remember, if you like the content of our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and when you do that, don't forget to hit the bell button to be notified whenever there is a new video out. And we are back with Martin. Martin, we wanted to
Mateus or
talk
it's Martin?
How do you like to be called, Martin
Yes.
or...
My name is Mateus Cesar Martins.
Oh,
So I
okay.
call you Cesar from now.
Yeah, but my Chinese name is Martins.
Martins.
And in China,
Is it this
yeah,
here?
this.
Martins,
And then here people call me more Martins. In Brazil, they call me Mateus.
Okay.
They make you pretty here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called
I lost a
creativity.
ear, you can see.
You know what I'm saying?
To a mouse.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Mateus Martins, I wanted to go into something that you mentioned during the preparation that I find should be very, very interesting for people who are watching us. You do work with children with certain challenges. Can you tell us a little bit about what that work is? How did you get to working with these children? And tell us a little bit about this program.
Okay, I was inviting for one of my kids' parents to do one class to some special kids with autism.
Autism.
And
yeah.
then we did one time in my football field this training with the parents and with the kids together, and was very well. And then the Dongguan here have a center of autism called Rainbow Special Parenting Center.
Mhm.
It's all by the parents. They create this center to do some activities with the kids with autism.
So this is an independent
Yeah, it's
by the
all-
Private.
parents.
Yeah, and then we did more few times, and became a regular every Saturday afternoon. I go to the center.
How was that first experience going there and working with the kids?
We was a little
And you volunteer.
volunteer, and we don't know how to react, because the first time we don't know if the kids will be in the line, if they will respect, if they will be aggressive or not.
If they will react.
And then right now I already have the way to teach them. Just treat them normally. They understand, they can see, they can talk, they can run in their own way. And we respect, and the parents also respect us. And have been, now is the most beautiful thing I'm doing here in China is be connected to this.
You mentioned that it brings you to tears sometimes.
It's a special training, it's a special class, because you need full attention. The way you look them, the way you act, the way you correct them, need to be full of love.
Right.
So this takes so much energy, and sometimes we compare with our daughter or our kids, or you see how hard it is to the parents, right? The kids, they live in their own world, but the parents have 24 hours of the attention. And I also use in my training, I do jokes and games with the parents, with the moms and the dads, to relax them.
To give them
I think
a break.
If the parents are relaxed, the kids will be well treated. Yeah, because if the parent nervous or tired, will be more rude with them. So I use that 1 hour to relax the families, and then they maybe have this next week comfortable, or at least they have less stress.
All the kids can participate in some capacity, or some kids are too difficult for them to participate?
We have all kinds of kids. Some the family need to hold them to run. Some can walk.
Right.
Some run. Some jump. Some cannot.
Right.
But we adapt to make them happy.
You said this is a special school formed by the parents, right? Parents of this kind of families come together and to do this school. And do you know, are there schools like this everywhere in China? Do you know anything on?
They also have some normal schools who accept this kind of situation. Some need to have somebody
In the class with
assistant,
Right.
together, or normally they put the grammar to help. And depends of the level of the difficulty of the kid.
the spectrum.
Yeah.
Right.
But another thing we see in the kindergartens, I don't know the experience of Fernando as a teacher. We see in the normal school many kids with some problems, but they let it go.
Yeah.
In my classes, normally the Chinese kids, I tell to the teachers, and these three, they will not participate. No, they are this way.
Yeah, just let them.
No, they are this kind of thing. They don't do. And then year by year, if the teachers don't give
Include
attention,
them.
and then when the parents come, they say, "No, it was a very nice day." Yeah.
Right.
So this have in China many kids who need special attention.
And
But
China the system is not supporting this well yet.
They I don't know if because they have money or because they need students or because something. Each group have 2 or 3 who for sure need special attention, but they are not getting the special attention.
My personal experience with this at my center, nothing to do with football. Sometimes it's the parents' denial. They don't
Right.
want.
Don't want to deal with it.
They don't want to label their kid or to label their situation as this is where we are. So they're like, put in normal lessons, and that creates certain situations in a classroom, for example.
And then it gets to the point that they cannot do this anymore, right?
Exactly. I mean, if and we are not trained. We are not equipped to work with these kind of children. So that's a bit of a problem for us because we don't have the tools. Do you know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
have the resources, the training, the
Sure.
preparation to work with these kind of children. And when they arrive to the center, it's very difficult to have this conversation with a parent that doesn't
Right.
accept that his kid has this particular reality. That's a
I
difficult,
have a
difficult
friend
situation.
in Hong Kong that has a kid like that. He's small. He used to live in Dongguan, and they don't have all the best kind of options here for treatments of this kind of kids. Actually, we always say, right, we don't see too many people with problems walking the streets,
Yeah.
right?
No, they
In China. They cover it, right, and it's a shame. And I think that, yeah, the whole society is not equipped. Like you said, your center is not equipped, yes, but
Mhm.
your center maybe doesn't have to be equipped. It's okay, but society needs this, right,
Yeah.
to be equipped in some ways, not just autism, right? Blind people, deaf, people in wheelchairs.
There's actually a school for blind people, and I've always been interested in that school, not far from where your offices are.
Right, I've heard about it.
Mhm.
I've heard about it, and it's great. It's good. It's actually, I'm so happy to know there is stuff like that, like what you're telling us today. But you still don't see them in the street, right?
Mhm.
Like, doing normal things, right? Which I think it probably is going to improve. It's going to be more and more like the West, I guess, in this kind
Mhm.
of case. Because I think it's not true to just think, Chinese people, they just want to cover it, they have no heart for that. That's not the case. It's much more complicated than that.
Yeah, the nuances of living with a
Yeah.
family member within the spectrum of autism are so many.
Yes, and also education, right? To education to accept. I think it's you said before you told us that there are 3 kids with autism from that group that joined your regular
The regular
classes.
class.
And my first feeling is like, this is very good for the other normal kids, the other normal Chinese kids, to understand this exists and this is fine, and be kind and help, and it's so important, right? So I mean, the more things like this will happen, I think the society will improve. But I wanted to ask you, do you see in those special classes you do with the kids with autism, do you, after doing it for a while, do you see that football or just your training, the whole program helps them to improve? Like probably parents come to you and say,
He's getting better at this, he's getting better at that, this
do
effect.
you feel that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one history. Was a big news in the group because this group have 800 families, and one family, they have their own group, they share informations, and one family wrote a history about how it's been this
The
relation
experience.
between go to these classes, and the mom said one time was the mom who bring the boy to the
class.
football, and then maybe I ask, now the dad's the father's line, and then his father wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and when the kid go back to home, and then they have a conversation and say, father, today they request you and you wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
and then because the mom said the father is who works, who make money,
Yeah.
don't have time to go, but then when the father
Hear the
hear
story.
him, this history, and then he adapt his time, and he start to come every Saturday and bring the son,
To football.
and the relation between son and dad at home change.
Mm.
He just eat if the dad's in the side. To take shower need to be the dad. To take to the bed need to be the dad. And then became a good friends. They never was before close. They became close
Because of
because
football.
this event.
Mm.
Right.
That's not like a football or a skill, but have another effects is going on
Life. Yeah.
in this kind of
Right. This is great. This is what I mean. You know, like
You don't know the effects of the work that you do. I mean, you're doing work in the pitch and you're doing work here, but the repercussions of the work that you do go way, way beyond that pitch and that Saturday.
Yeah.
So do you have new kids that join this program? Because you have 800 families, I'm guessing you don't have 800 kids in the
They
class.
every week bring 20.
So sometimes different 20, sometimes the same.
Some are the same, but I always have some.
So you always have 20.
Yeah.
Right. Is this something you want to do more and more in the future, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it was a little bit difficult for you to be accepted in this group. That the group
The
in itself
outsider.
is very protective of people who come from the outside. Can you tell us about that?
Because they feel ashamed, right?
Mhm.
It's not a thing to share too much. But now, maybe to me be there and do this project, they are receiving something back.
Mm-hmm.
The parents are enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
And these good moments we are having there is became of the son, because the son
Is there?
is autist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's the first,
Positive
not the first, but one positive thing coming.
from the child.
Yeah. You told about we don't know, we don't have too much the knowledge to be with. In this case, after I start to have this more contact. Yeah, I search more internet. I get in groups in Brazil, international groups, also in Instagram. I try to exchange some informations with people who has this knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I'm not so expert in this autist situation, but I'm put love in front.
Yeah.
Is what I can do.
Yeah, I think it's great. All right, so I think maybe the last topic. I do want to talk a little bit. You know, I like to talk about that for our audience. You know, about like the business side, right? Like, for example, if someone is watching and is a football coach in another country, you know, would you recommend a football coach
To come to
to
China.
come to China, to immigrate to China, to come have a life here, to be a football coach, for example, right? Or, you know, open a football school or whatever. Is this kind of is you think it's a positive move for people that are now not in China, come here for that?
Yes, many people was coming before this situation we are living right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a very big market. People are coming, have special agencies bringing football coaches.
Okay.
They go directly to school. They live in the school. They do the training. It's a big market. If
Yeah.
you have this chance, if you want to come to China, football here is improving and getting bigger, and more opportunities are coming.
What's the kind of money you can make in the beginning, or what's your potential, you know, for a young person?
From the beginning,
to
it's around $2,000 US.
$2,000
And
a
then
month.
they also gave the
Housing and
Yeah.
food.
this support, because you're gonna live inside the school.
So
Yeah.
from some countries, this can be great.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
pretty good money.
Yeah, from some countries, and then you can develop and
Yeah.
and be better and better. How about the football school? Because there is a lot of competition now, right? So you have your own football school, I guess, small business, right? You actually have two. You open another one in Guangxi,
Yeah.
and that's like a satellite one, like a franchise, right? They use your ways, your name, and
Yeah.
everything. Are you planning to open more schools? Are you satisfied where you are? What's your plans?
Before I was connected to big companies who have many. You see, Soccer World have 80 base around China.
Soccer World is like the main, I think, brand of football training schools in China,
Yeah.
right? Soccer World, it's called.
I jumped out of Soccer World because we was losing, or I was losing the reason why I'm here. I'm here to teach football or make people like football, to encourage kids. And if we grow too much, we gonna
becomes
lose the
corporate.
essence. Yeah, my way is or my company is based in my name. I cannot grow too much, because if I put another coach there, okay, this week another coach go, next week I need to go. But if we grow too much, I will lose this happy football, or Martins happy football I create. I am satisfied in the
So you're like a
in the
football
way.
guy, way more than a business guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, it reminds me of your situation in a way.
More
like
of a
you want to
teacher
move
than-
away from teaching, you know, and everything, right? But you also, you may be business, you like business, but you're a good teacher. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you're
the difference between building a brand and building a business.
right.
I am my own brand the same way that you are your own brand, and to turn that into a business is challenging and not necessarily necessary.
Right.
if that's a
right. That's why I
redundancy.
say maybe you're comfortable where you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, and that's okay.
The way I like to spread is I also do some Chinese football coaches training. I travel around China and do 2-3 days of football coaching training, and then I try to share to them a little patience. Yeah, because one thing is you are very good in tactically and training and do, but they need more love, more energy, and then that's the way I want to spread or be
Right.
bigger
Right.
as a coach of the coaches.
Do you think you're going to stay in China for a very long time?
Yes,
Yes.
we.
That was a quick answer.
My family love to be here. My daughter was born here in 2014. My wife also is a teacher, a dance teacher and English teacher. And we have a very nice life here, friends, as you and as Fernando. And our Brazilian community here also is huge.
Right, it's
we,
big,
We
yeah.
keep having our Brazilian way to celebrate things, to
Right.
our barbecue or our meetings or our football. But Dongguan, China is our home now.
So this is like, just to end with this note, this is another case of, you know, you basically immigrated to China. It's not
Yeah.
like you came here for a couple of years. This is like what's happening with the West before.
China has a way of capturing you, captivating you. Has
Yeah.
a way of just making it so good, comfortable, easy, positive that you don't want to leave.
You just need to be the same, you know, you need to be open-minded about China the same way you're open-minded about other countries, without this preconceived, you know, assumptions and other stuff.
Before we go, Martin, can you do that trick with your head again? Because that would be a good thumbnail.
Yeah, maybe we'll show us some of his skill right after, like Maradona's
B-roll.
warm-up.
All right, good.
All right.
Well, Martin, we want to thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us and to share your experience and with the work that you do here in China with our audiences. Ziv?
Yeah, thank you, Mateus. I mean, we've known each other for a long time. It was great to sit here and talk more, you know, about different parts of your life in China. I feel like I got to know you a bit more today. And wish you luck with everything you do here. I'm sure we'll be friends here for many more years, right here in Dongguan.
Thank you.
Any last message for the audiences?
Thank you. Of course, China. Keep connected. It's a very nice podcast. You guys can know more about China, more people who lives here. And it was a big pleasure to receive you guys here. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Well, guys, you know what to do. If you like the content of our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you do that, hit the bell button.
Yeah,
You'll be
and-
notified.
And if you like what you saw, give us the thumbs up
Yeah,
on the
give
video.
us a comments, any questions, anything that you would like to ask or know. We
Yes.
can bring back some answers to you, and make sure to share this video with whoever you think might be interested. And until we see you again, this was, of course,
China.
bye.
Bye-bye.